welcome to the Sunday sermon.
Good morning.
And
Morning.
today we've got with us Mr. Kühl, Dwight Kühl. We
He'll
have
be on the bottom in this video.
Jeffro Bodine, the race driver, and we
It is
have
on
the
mine.
Professor Chris Tronic people, and myself, the deacon, Chris Lewis.
Yeah.
We're just going to have a chat today about different chassis, different things we're working on, spray work, chassis, tinkering, just things in general. So that's what this little hourly slot's going to be about, hopefully every Sunday. Keep you up to date with what's been going on. So I believe Jeffro's got some information from the page this week. Mr. Jeff.
Yeah, man. Kind of been checking things out a little bit, dude. Man, some of the great posts that's been put up, some of the good ideas, you got like Ryan Barlow, changing things up with his gold electronics and his meta. Man, that looked good.
Yeah, I saw that last night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did he get them?
I was ready to go to bed,
cases?
and now I can't sleep.
Yeah, he mix matched the cases.
Yeah, how did he get them Furitech cases off? Did they come off good?
I don't know. I didn't get to talk to him about how well they came off, but I like the idea, and it's something I've never thought of,
Yeah, if Ryan couldn't get back to us on that one, explaining how we got them cases off, it'd be of interest to quite a few of us, I'm sure.
That gold just goes so good with the meta blue. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know why that didn't ever dawn on me while I was building this one.
Yeah.
That's why you see ideas, Jeff.
Yeah, buddy. I love
where
it.
It all comes from, bro. Someone does something we've never seen before.
Yeah,
and that's the
like Dwight's favorite here.
That's a piece of quality, brother.
That's not just my favorite. That's everyone's favorite.
It's a cool little build, man. It just kind of built itself,
Yeah, I'm gonna do some more of those for sure.
Yeah, man. I tell you, as the group is getting more members and grabbing traction, dude. I had a guy message me last night. It was his first day or two in the group, and man, like he was hitting me up with some questions. Super cool guy, dude. Like I had no problem talking to him for an hour or so last night, just chatting back and forth. But man, as we get all these people in the group, dude, the posts are just coming one after the other, and they're good posts. They're informative, dude. Everybody out there's got something cool going on, and I love it, dude.
May I ask any of the three of you, have you had your video from Mr. Chang yet?
Got mine this morning.
I got mine this morning. The TG has departed the shores.
Huge, yeah, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I've already been working on the body.
I've already got one. I've got one on the plane that's just not far from Heathrow, London now. So hopefully a good bish bash bosh and get the first one out this week, unboxed.
Shoot, yeah.
Are we gonna coalesce around a build schedule, or I know we had some things. Well, you had a whole bunch of stuff to research that you've been doing here. So yeah, I want to see some more of your updates there, buddy.
I hear you. What was you saying, Tronic?
Jeff, one moment. Something about the hot funny fun fact. In the evening before you posted or in the night where you built that hot rod, and we were talking about a hot rod body would be cool. And in the morning when I got up, Chris put a post with the in it. So yeah, that was timing.
That's the way it goes sometimes, man. I don't know. I tell you, I didn't have the original idea. Like I said, me and Dwight have talked about this. I would feel like foolish if I tried to pronounce his name because he's obviously not from the States. But he did that drift art that had the hot rod body, had the similar grill like this one. And man, nobody jumped on that immediately. I'm kind of glad they didn't. I honestly bought this model a long time ago. I just never could find a chassis that it fit on. You know what I'm saying? So when the Drift Beast showed up, I don't know, dude. It just fell in place. But yeah, I can't take credit for it. The old dude before, he's kind of brought that thing back to life, and he's posted more about it here recently. And I'm super glad he has because I like seeing it. You know what I mean?
Oh, what's his name? Just give it a shot, or maybe spell
His
it out.
last name is like it starts with a V. Lord, I would have to. I don't have that wrote down.
What? Not Jack Naraz Vaskachka.
Yeah. Well, you know, we'll post it up on the page.
Vasalis Pagortiazis. Dude, I'm totally botching that, and I know.
Vinny. Vinny.
No disrespect to the poor chap. No disrespect.
No respect at
Yeah,
all.
no, for
Like, dude,
sure.
like I've talked to him a couple times. I sent him a
Yeah.
message on one of his posts, and I was like, dude, it's like we're cousins.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I talked
man.
with him as well. Yeah, no, I think you know, for the people who haven't seen the car, I think when you see it, you'll see something just a lot different. Plus, his production quality is really nice. He does a good composition on his photos and the lighting, and it's a total package, you know. So I mean, like, where was this guy hiding? You know what I mean? This guy, like, we're over here steadily just toiling away, and you know, there's just people out there. That's kind of, I guess, why we're doing this. It's just to understand that, look, you know, we got 11,000 people, you know, whatever, you know, it's a number, but they're out there, they have interest, you know, and clearly there's so many talented people, both that realize their talent and maybe hidden talent. So anyway, congrats on that car. You know, the beauty of this hobby is you can make a great build and it'll become iconic. That's
Absolutely.
just the reality. So anyway, that was good work.
Absolutely.
Good piece of work.
Yeah, dude, a lot of people with good deals, man. A lot of good deals going on in the pages right now. Like even Josh Soto, dude, like having that 7PX for sale for that price. Like, my gosh, dude. And then Strangle selling all his stuff. I hate it's Christmas, you know, and everybody's kind of strapped for cash because, dude, there's been some good deals out there right now.
Something about the Drift Beast, what Jeff said, yeah, it was the same for me because yeah, I think you all know my Drift Beast is the full interior Impala, and it was also like this. I looked at it and it was just it fell together, yeah, like it needed to be like this. And this also only did happen with the Drift Beast in my case too, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you can only get away with certain things on
Doesn't
what
look
I call a ladder chassis, a box frame chassis. If you've got any chassis flared out and stuff, it makes it so much more difficult. With the box frame stuff, you hide all your electronics in the box frame, so
is
you've
Yeah.
only got to get round the frame.
it doesn't look like it would fit many bodies because of the box frame, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When you hold it in hands and you can mount every body, yeah, and if something is in the way, you take the inox, the steel frame, and cut something away. It's still sturdy enough because it's steel.
Yeah.
It's really, Drift PC has something about it that is really special.
The DWXF as well. I got them both out yesterday. The DWXF is actually thinner.
Yep.
And smaller frame down the middle. So the DWXF would be even better suited to a hot rod.
I had one of those too show up before the Drift Beast, and I don't know why it didn't happen. I don't know, dude. I slept on the Drift Beast. Like for whatever reason, when I first got into this, I looked at the Drift Beast and I thought it looked like something that was sold at a mall kiosk in the middle of the mall. You know what I'm saying? It looked like a cheap mall kiosk. Like, and dude, I slept on it, and like now I've got it in my hands, and I've actually got it down on the ground drifting it, and oh my gosh, what a fantastic chassis! Like it drives so good.
Yeah.
I got the same to say because I'm the only guy here that doesn't have one. I bought one off of Joseph Quinn, and I have it coming. I actually bought the upgraded black frame. I didn't even have a donor chassis to conclude it, but I was looking for them, and yeah, you know, it's funny, but you know, it's you guys and I guess the group at large, you know, people that I trust when a new chassis comes out, and I got to say, you know, you were spot on. I mean, when I first saw the Drift Beast, I was like, yo, I mean, I think I got one of these as a stocking stuffer over here, you know, like, you know,
Yeah.
and, but also it's weird to me just because I don't own it yet. It's in the mail, but the point is that why does that, I call that solid chassis, or at least the silhouette of that chassis, like a toothpick chassis. seems to be pretty common over in Thailand. You know, you see a lot of the custom chassis are going like this toothpick route, you know. But why does the Drift Beast accept the electronics so readily, and other cars like the MS, or correction, the MP, or no, the MS, or no,
Yeah,
MP,
MS. Yeah.
MS, the MS is also very toothpick and very narrow. It's very difficult to situate electronics on that. But the Drift Beast, I haven't heard one person complain about that. Is it because it's like boxy on the interior, you can kind of like hide things internally, or I just don't know.
I don't know. I agree with you. I kind of struggle with putting electronics in
The-
the MS.
Just
I done this. I done this when I first started, yeah. And those people were saying, "What the hell have you done that for?" And in my head, I'm thinking, why wouldn't everybody do it? Yeah, because if I want to swap a motor out, I don't want to have to get the soldering iron out and start chipping and chopping with the soldering iron when I can just put them on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
2mm bullets, man. So I
Hey.
could just unplug that now, take that motor out, throw
Okay.
a different motor in. So if I want to try a 550 or a 350,
7,000.
yeah, I can just unplug them and put it in. I don't have to keep going at it with a soldering iron.
I need to talk to you, Chris, after this about what motor you've got.
Chris is shaking his head. I don't think he likes the bullets.
I need to talk to you after this about what motor that is. That's going to fit into my next build that I'm hoping to make everybody happy with.
long part of the cable which can't bend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's the full length of it.
Used them in the past, but I hate them. There is a solution. And it's like, oh
It's the
shit.
length of the motor.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I do this. Look, I put these connectors on the motor.
Yeah, and then slide the connector on it.
Connector with thick cables on it. Yeah. And I connect the motor like this. And it's a clean connection. Everything of the cable is still movable. Yeah. And you can change it easier than the bullet connectors. Yeah. And if you need to turn one polarity around, or you change the motor direction, you just turn the connector around and reconnect it, and they are turned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just do that with them. Me bullets, I take A out, take C out, swap them over, and it's done.
The more beautiful solution, it's the nice solution, I think.
Yeah, that's neater. I've done that 2 years ago, man. Just as my way of being able to try different engines in a car. This was me donor car. It had every type motor in it. Yeah, from a 3,000 up to an 11,000 kV. And this baby, it works with, that's a TS rating.
Which motor at 11 kV?
No, it's not. It's
No,
5,000.
Motor was.
Oh, I had an atomic. I think it's an atomic 11,000 kV.
For
11,000.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably for a 1S.
It's a racing motor, but I put it in this because I just want to see. I thought, let's go from 3,500 up to the biggest motor I've got, which at the time was the 7.5. And then when I'm looking in my Kyosho box, I see this black atomic, and I thought, man, what's that? But I pull it up, and it's 11,000, and I thought, well, hey, let's just give it some boost in the boot. And man, it ripped the gears. He just ripped the gears clean off the car within about 4 laps. I thought, you know what? What was funny? At first, it was uncontrollable. It was like riding a bull. And then I started getting control of it, and I'm thinking, hey, this ain't too bad. I'm getting that. This thing's working good for a lap, yeah? And then the next lap, I'm thinking, this is getting poor, man. And it's now it's clogging. So I bring it in, and when I look at it, most of the teeth are missing.
Oh, no.
And I thought it must have been at its peak performance when it was 32 teeth down to 2. So just catching it now and again.
You know what they say about like real cars? They run really, really, really good right before they blow up.
Mate, see these cars? There's a lot of combinations in these cars that make the whole... You could set this baby up lovely. And then you can swap them 2 back tyres round, and it's rubbish.
Yeah.
And then you can put them 2 different, leave them 2 tyres on and put maybe a bigger KP motor on, and she goes back to Drift Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some tyres like a lot higher revs, I've noticed, than other tyres.
Somebody was asking me about tires last night. The guy I was telling you about was kind of new to the group and was messaging me, dude. These things are also super sensitive to any kind of, any kind of adjustment you make. Dude, they're super, and so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you know what else? I wish someone else had come out with this malarkey, mate. This is such a brilliant suspension idea at the back.
Once again, the same reason that this chassis was so easily to build is what you're just talking about, is because those fenders capped right over it because of that flat axle design. Yeah, I love it, dude.
Quality.
Yeah, I like it. What's up, Chris? What was you saying?
I forgot.
Chris was saying to Chris, don't ever show that wiring connection to me again in public without notice.
Man, we've got a lot of new chassis hitting too, man. Kilimanjaro's got that 43 coming out, dude. We've got LSD going to hit eventually. MA, TGs are in the mail. Man,
it just reminded me.
Let's talk about the LSD a little bit, because what I price point is just crazy.
Yeah, man, I can't do it.
I didn't hear it. Sorry, did they set it yet?
If this is the end form, what we see in the pictures, so full up, yeah, then 700 or 800 or something like that is okay, because that's what I paid for my Meta. If I calculate the bike,
yeah, I see what you're saying.
I wasn't able to buy all the OPs at once, but it wasn't released when I bought my Meta, so I bought them in 2 times. Every time it's over 40 euros shipping. Yeah, so I have more than 130 euros shipping in the 800. Yeah,
like them wheels, Mr. Cole.
It's
yeah, these are I think from Kenny.
A full hopped up LS would be okay for 800. Yeah, but as a basic chassis, 800. I mean, I bought a 1x10 and I looked into them, and there is no chassis much over 400 or 500 in 1x10.
Yeah, that's what scares me though. These prices are starting to creep into 110 prices.
700-800 is, for me, it is a no-go.
Yeah, me too, bro. You're not alone on that one.
For a basic chassis, it's a no-go. If they bring upgrade, well, basically 2,000 or 2 grand you put into that, bring out upgrade.
Yeah.
But if you look at Dwight's LS there, that's nearly all aluminium apart from the carbon deck. What can you upgrade on that car that you're going to charge me another $200? That was $400, and I balked at that when it come out at $400, man.
May I remember you on the drift art? You get every upgrade in 3 different versions. So you can upgrade on this LSD forever. I make wider arms, I make shorter arms to get more narrow, to get more wide. I make
no, but I'm saying, what OP parts can you
adjustments? Yeah, it's no problem. I 10, they have every upgrade 3 times, because 3 different versions. You get every upgrade times, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is with that LS Studio,
no problem.
Well, look, with the LS Studio at the moment, are there any OP parts out for it, or is it you bought the car as it is and you can't buy no options for it?
I mean, there's a couple. I mean, but they're not.
It's like a brake kit and a few things.
Yeah,
nothing major.
You know, nothing. I would say not to say anything meaningful. I mean, you know, we have cars like the Drift Dart in the environment, which have just, you know, incalculable amount of options available. So in like Atomic and so forth. I don't know. I think the one thing about the LS set is it's like a double no-go. Look, I'm willing to play ball, but, you know, it would have to have 90% new parts. Additionally, it's still a 127th car.
Yeah, man, it's 27
organically. Cool. And honestly, I mean, I got the LS, the original one.
People argue that you can get that to 110 millimeters, and I tell them, you might get it to that, but then how wide can you get that?
It's you could do whatever, because as Chris was saying, you know, there's nothing foreign on these cars. These are, look, if you got the time and the ability, you can mix and match and get yourself to the mountain any which way but loose. But I'm not losing sight of the fact that the LS is always designed as a 27 scale platform to mount auto scale bodies and so forth. Its original car was not the greatest drifter, but it drifted. Super nice build quality, good build. You know, it had some little wonky little chassis extensions here where you actually had to thread into the carbon. It was a little, you know, bougie in that regard. Or just it could have been better in that regard. And, you know, they really over-engineered it, but that was the beauty of it. You know, it slips and slides, flips and flops, and you could do all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, I only run with 27s on it, right? So now, you know, if that $800, and actually I heard that number float around in somewhere, and I wasn't surprised, just based upon what it takes to make machine parts. And you know, the LS experience, you know, out of the box building, they had a full manual, they had all that other stuff. So, but man, that is just such a steep point. And at the end of the day, I think they might be eating a few of them. I can't imagine that it would dethrone any particular platform. It looks great. I mean, there's no doubt about it, but I could buy almost 2 Ma racings for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
I
and
think they
that's a,
should factions, because I saw this picture of the new LS studios with these two different setups with horizontal shocks in the rear and with vertical shocks in the rear. And if you look closely, two very different setups, because with the horizontal, it doesn't have any um, rear shock tower. I saw on the picture the gearbox will stay the same with this. You only mount points on the gearbox and remove. But if the question is, maybe horizontal shocks are already an upgrade, you have to buy separately.
Yeah.
They show us two completely different setups, and you don't know, is this setup included in the box, or both setups included in the box, or is this one the basic version, the other? Yeah,
you know,
maybe
I can't remember who it was, but
not.
there were a couple manufacturers that they were really good at their PR. Like they had, you know, they're really cool, like shadow photos. They would really generate a lot of interest. And then when the chassis came in, I just can't remember what it was. But look, I mean, I will say that what you will get out of LS, it's going to be quality for sure. You know, it's going to be quality for sure. You know, the design is like, it's just I wouldn't say bizarre design, but it's just such a interesting design, you know, how they went about it.
No,
I don't know how many, I just don't know how many organic parts from this chassis are in the new one, you know, because when I was looking at the back differential or back gear cases, and they're kind of unique because they're identical on either side. So you could flip flop it backwards, forwards, up, downs. I mean, it's a nice design in that regard. But I noticed that like they were using some mounting points that look very similar to the old gearbox. And I don't know if it's using the old gearbox or not, but I don't know. $800, man. That is just I don't know. I can't even. Man, I'm crazy about this stuff, but
No, I won't go that far, bro. The only
Yeah,
the only
can't
thing
either.
I'm hoping is if they do throw it out at that price, after about 6 months, when GT55 and the guys in America over there, Super G Drift, is saying we ain't selling none, we need to reduce the price.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to get stuck with stock that's £800 in a box, mate, sat on a shelf. And if you've got 50 in your shop, that's a lot of money to be sat
yeah.
there looking at. Then it's not going off the shelf.
No, and also it doesn't have any cult following, you know, it doesn't have any championships under its belt, you know. I mean, it's a hell of a beautiful chassis. I love looking at it. I love it, but the price is just prohibitive. Its price is prohibitive, man. just going to
Yeah,
keep
dude,
it going that way.
I would be scared to wreck one at that price. You know what I'm saying? I'd be scared to even put it on the track and drive it.
But
Yeah,
it
well,
make you
I
think.
wouldn't
What
go
happens
that
if?
far, but
What
it's
happens
just,
if you
man, that's a
bend an
lot of
arm?
coin, man. That's
What
like,
happens if? What happens if you bend an arm or you do something? How much is that arm going to cost you? You're going to pay $50
can you get the
for
arm?
one top
Yeah,
arm.
can you get the arm?
man?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I don't know any shops that has LS Studio replacement parts. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
I don't either. Hadn't seen it.
And, you know, again, I'm not trashing LS. I mean, if anyone from LS watches this or just finds LS, I mean, look, we love it. I mean, well, I can't say enough good things about it, but, you know, I don't know. It is what it is, you know. If you're making 100% profit and you're selling them, awesome, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Then I'll have to make more money somehow.
Yeah, I just think it's out of touch for a lot of people. You know, even like us that are hardcore. You know what I'm saying, man? Like it's just such a steep increase of what we are used to seeing. Like,
Well, here, I'll show you what $800 can get you. I mean, you could get one of these and probably one of these. Look, you get a Mount 1.5 all done up, right? And
yeah,
you might be able to just get like a stock MP, you know, like you have two cars.
Yeah, precisely.
But Chris was just saying that the most both everyone here will agree. It's like, okay, fine, you got the chassis. You're gonna drop another $300-500 electronics, just depending on if you have a setup or not. You know what I mean? It wasn't always like this to the new people. You know, we really did make it work. We cobbled together a lot of 10 scale stuff and just kind of made things work. So, you know, I even did a budget build on this particular chassis right here, where I put just like a stock WL Toy servo, the all-in-one ESC, and an actual 10 scale Eagle gyro, because on the WL Toys it'll accept a 3-pin setup. So I
yeah,
just basically put a gyro in line, you know, and it worked great. I have photos, I'll find them somewhere, but I had posted the gyro up, standing up sideways right here. The battery was on top, and you know, this was like my first real rear wheel drive drift car. This is an MJ chassis. I know I talk about these a lot, but you know, look, it's just all about sliding. Look, you put a body on it, right? And
you
now,
can't even see it, right?
yeah, there you go. And it's like they're just gonna ask, yo, that car's so dope, or whatever it is. It's like, yo, that thing slides great. You know, what is it? Oh, it's an MJ. What? I don't even know what that is. Is that a what? What? I don't even know. And then there's your conversation right there. Now you just hooked up a guy who's working out of his house or what have you, making these cars for us by hand, and you got someone else slide with, and it's budget friendly. You know, the Sleipner, you know,
Yeah,
if I don't
dude.
pronounce it
My
right.
my guy Al Kilimanjaro,
Yeah,
dude. I love.
Kilimanjaro makes a Sleipner. This thing is just such a baddie.
Dude,
And it free rolls.
he's got the 43 coming out, and he's been
Yeah,
messing around with that 18 scale, dude. Like such a talented guy.
He's got
this guy's
another
on one, man.
124th coming out as well.
Yeah,
This guy is on one, man. Yeah. So
yeah.
anyway, but
I've
yeah,
got
you
mine
can
right
hit
over
this
here.
guy up. Yeah, his hand built just came right out of the package. You know, guaranteed to slay. I mean,
And dude,
just,
he sends so many parts with his chassis. I've got them hanging
that's an
up right here.
MJ with the
Like he sends
IFX
so many
engine.
extras with the chassis kit. Dude, there's like so many arm ends in this, and like, man, he sends it automatically. Like, I mean, you'll be able to slide this chassis for many years and not have to worry about breaking anything because you've got the extra parts to fix it already.
Yeah, that's over 90 on this thing. I mean, this thing is really, and this is with the K989 front gearbox that he has like hollowed out, and just, I don't know if people can get up in there, but I mean, it is like,
Yeah, Chrissy does that sort of stuff, man.
yeah, man. And, hey, the K989 has all the respect from this guy, because I mean, I can't tell you how many people have started with that, learn how to tinker, learn how to deal with the small hardware, learn how to cry. You know, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's like,
So Chris and Chris, you guys have been like coming out with this printed body, and it is just it's stunning me
oh yeah, let's talk about that.
every time you post a video of it, dude. I'm blown away. The quality is off the chain.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nice.
It's available for everyone in the Small Scale Drifters group.
Nice.
Yeah,
Take notes, fellas.
hit up DM me or Chris direct, and we tell you now the STLs will not be for sale because they're copyrighted, and we don't want to get in trouble. But we are allowed to make the car. Resin, they are resin printed in ABS resin. Just so you can all see, these
So
things
Chris,
are
you guys have been working on this,
tough.
pretty regular here lately.
Yeah, we've been messing with. We've got some other stuff on the pipeline. I'm just printing out at the moment. An L200 truck.
Yeah.
See what she looks like when she prints out. I mean, I'm gonna have to do some cutting on the bodywork.
I'm glad I gave you that idea.
Yes. Oh yeah, my boy, you give me that idea, my pack's out.
That's all right. Hey, I love it, man.
You showed me some old truck, Dwight. Yeah, say, look at this, man. And I say, yeah, look at this bad boy. And then he's like, oh yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, now he's in production. He's in production like 6 hours later.
It's going to be a Fat Boy LP drift truck.
No, that's the one I want to see. Yeah, I want to do that build schedule. I think that as I was trying to tell you guys the other day, we do it in my model car club because it just gives us a projection. I know I'm not going to be able to hit every build that we do each month. I just don't build models that fast. But if I can look through the year and say, oh, I definitely want to do this one. Like, I just think that mini truck March Madness, I don't know, there's a lot of sports, going on, it kind of rhymes. I have a mini truck I could probably put into the mix. It's March, so you're talking, 3 months away. I mean, the bystander or maybe someone who wants to get involved. Listen, I mean, the way we're cooking it up here in small scale, or SSD as we like to call it, is that if, you're participating in these, all we can do is really just support, so I can pretty much assure you with a lot of certainty that if you even just post a picture of an original ride that you're trying, or you're actually like way ahead of the class, I mean, whatever it happens to be, you're going to get recognized. You're going to get something, whether it be in the mail or coupon codes or whatever the case may be. We'll sauce it, man, for sure.
The thing is, in the competitions as well, if we do put in, let's say we have March Madness for trucks, you can still throw pictures in of your own work. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're looking. We want the winner will inevitably be picked from a truck, no doubt.
Yeah.
And
but always participate.
All the competitions we will run. Another thing we want to try and do is whoever wins the competition, we send a gift. Basically, we don't know what they're going to be yet. I mean, I'm more likely to donate one of these bodies or the LP200, and we just send some stuff out. Motors, ESCs to the winner, stuff like that. Maybe bodies that someone's done.
I like seeing these odd builds, man. Everybody, I mean, and not that there's anything wrong with them. Like, even I'm trying to think here. What was his name? Danny Moore. I think he posted that S13, that pink Toyo tires build. Like, man, I love those builds, but the unique builds right now really have my eye. Like John Strangle, I think he just made another wagon. Man, I love that, dude. You don't see a whole lot of wagons out there.
Oh man, John Strangle just put that Porsche up. I think since I've known John, nearly 2 years, he's had that kit, man, and he's been in the process with that. And he's got some absolutely beautiful kits.
Yeah, they're just so odd and out of the box.
He's going to finish them off now. He's going to really start getting into it. But his blue Porsche, which he's put up today, is absolutely stunning. Just dark blue with a dark blue stripe over it, black roof. It just looks so authentic. The whole car just looks. Yeah, man, John.
What's he putting it on? Do you know? What's he got left?
Oh man, he's got all sorts left. He's got a fat Oldsmobile. He's got about 6 or 7 body kits, bro. I know John pays good money for his kits. He buys them the best ones he can get. And I mean, you've seen what he does. He cuts cars in half and welds them together, and they look like they ain't being touched, man. The dude's
I love
skilled. He's highly talented, and as far as I'm concerned, he's one of the best modders in the entire micro world I've seen.
Hey, speaking of modelers, I want to get off on old Incognito. man, and his
that dude.
SL Mercedes
Yeah.
convertible, man.
Well, John's got that convertible, that estate Mercedes he's working on as well, with all the splashing down the side. Another piece of work of art, mate.
Yeah,
With
dude.
John, he's a picture man. John gets the picture, and he's going to build the car that's in that picture. And that's what John is. He sources the paint. He wants the decals. No one makes them. He'll source them and find someone will make them. That's the way John is. He's a perfectionist for getting that thing as is, what he wants in his mind and what's in that picture. Sometimes I know John, man, he might have 3 pictures up at one point because he wants a part of this and a part of that and a part of that. That's John. He's just, I love his work.
Very
mate.
meticulous.
Jay does some great videos as well. With the
car dude, that car crashing and the bumper coming off of it, dude. I love it.
He's talented dude, man. Very talented dude. And then you got Man YP with his bodies, man.
Oh, yeah.
Another planet, dude. The dude's on another planet right now.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. Yeah, I've got to be honest. I mean, I ain't putting that on my drift car. That's the truth, man. If it goes on a static car with no motor, it's going. That ain't going nowhere near my table legs. I can assure you now that thing's going nowhere near chrome legs.
Yeah,
I just don't know what car to get.
Normally,
I don't know what car to get.
Legs.
I don't know what body to get. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do like an R35, maybe a Z-Tune Tamiya, but you know his decals and all that. I think I'll make them like a D1 car, maybe.
Let me know what you're thinking of making, and then I'll look on Colts and see if there's a body kit for it. And if there is, I'll print it out for you and boom. Because there's loads of Skyline kits, mate. There's loads of Mazda RX-7 kits there. Chris is up. Man, get your RX-7, Chris.
Or maybe a silhouette car or something like that.
You got, what's this? This idea that you come up with freaked me out. I'm telling you, the dude's a genius, right? You know, you get the side bits on the car, you can't get the indicators in because you put your spray on and you've got to sand the shit out the indicator and there's nothing left of it to put in. Well, this is how you remedy that.
I put a strip of tape on the side and fill up. One moment, it doesn't.
Oh, I see.
Headlights with UV glue. Yeah. It's inside. The first layer always get a little concave. Yeah. You harden that in the concave form, and then you fill up with a little bit UV glue, so you have straight surface. Yeah.
I see, like a bowl.
And then I bang it up with silver, so it looks like a headlight.
Yeah.
So if I'm understanding correctly, you filed it through and supported it from behind and then filled it with glue? Yeah, okay. Then you peel the glue, it stays, or I mean, you peel the tape and then.
Yeah, and it's,
like fiberglass.
What's this? What's his back indicators, man?
Yeah, I did the same, only that I put between the first and the second layer of UV glue, I put some orange color.
Yeah.
Orange light. And the thing is, at many of these 3D printed kits, the original turning signals and headlights doesn't fit anymore.
Yeah.
Because they change the form. And even if you adjust and sand them to fit, you always see it's something wrong, because they don't line up perfectly. But with this method, it fits perfectly. It is always completely inside. Yeah, nothing is.
And it's not going to fall out
over. Yeah.
It's not, you know.
Can you show the product if you don't mind?
Yeah, but it's from an Austrian hardware store. This is the UV glue. It's a normal UV glue.
This is
like nail glue almost.
You can.
I see it. Yeah, UV hard. Oh, that's the stuff like for my honeymoon. It says UV hard. It's crazy. It must be the same company.
Yeah.
Hey, so Tronic, you were talking about this product and you're backing it with silver. I if you haven't tried these chrome pins, Man,
Oh yeah,
you need to try those things. That would be
Yeah, they
awesome to
work.
back that with.
yeah.
I love these things. When you want to do these chrome trims like on vehicles, dude, it makes it like around the windshield and stuff.
Yeah.
It makes it so easy. It's almost like cheating.
Like
We
this.
use aluminium tape, aluminium, as you Americans call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Aluminum.
bigger scales very well.
I
But
use it on my little cars. Works a treat. Never show you.
I didn't bring many bodies. Brought this body.
So I remember, was it? I'm trying to think. Let's see. Somebody had made a poll about polishing and waxing bodies.
Mhm.
I know.
Benjamin Kinsman, is that maybe right? Anyways, I thought that was a good poll because I wasn't really. Dude, it looks like you've polished that one. Have you? Is that just a clear coat?
No, that's just paint. No, I haven't clear coated it yet. That's just I just did the decals, but yeah, that's just paint work. You know, it's no big deal. I mean, you know, God, man, getting into paint and processes, I'm weird in a lot of regards. I wasn't raised right around the spray can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't huff that stuff, bro.
That's crazy if it's clear coated.
Yeah, no, it's not. When I clear coat it, that's when it gets super easy and fun. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to get as much, you know, like so. Yeah, it has a good shine. It has this a great
Totally.
base, if you will, you know. And this is straight out of a can, right? So I'm not. My painting style is kind of like it's multi-layered. All right, didn't always start out like this. All right, it's multi-layered. There's so many. It's kind of like I'm a mortician. Okay, imagine a mortician, right? They see some pretty messed up bodies, but they got a lot of tricks. They got a lot of things. They got plumpers, fillers, suckers, shooters, you name it, they got it. All right. So that's kind of like my approach, right? I used to compete competitively in scale models, but it just wasn't a good fit for my physiology. You know, I wanted to do a perfect job. I was like just losing sleep. Like it just wasn't a good play, right? So painting anxiety, I think, is a thing for a lot of people. And I'm actually going to take 2 minutes in this reply versus my standard 30 seconds. So, you know, people will lose sleep over these bodies. They'll make a mistake. You're gonna make a mistake. I mean, I can assure you, man, YP and its own thoughts to himself, he knows he could have done something better. Now, what that could be, I have no clue because he's an artist. And an artist versus the hobbyist, the artist will let the work speak for itself. All right. And the hobbyist, when he presents or she presents their work, they always pick it apart before the observer has an ability to even perceive any said imperfection. Right. So, you know, the artist or you have to be a certain cut. All right. Either your back's got to be against the wall financially, or your art, or your trip or whatever you're on is just so solid that you just know you're on one. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to painting these bodies, everyone's just trying their best. Okay. So with me, when it comes to spray painting bodies, I'm not a build up kind of guy. I'm not a 2-3 coat kind of guy. I'm a one coat, like kind of like quasi heavy, you know, just to see how the paint's working out of the can. Because I mean, every paint's different out of every can. I don't care what you're using, from Tamiya cans. I like a nice short burst and stuff like that, because the Tamiya can, and I'm no scientist sort of, but the Tamiya can to me seems like it's under more internal pressure to me. Okay. Also, they're stupid expensive for how big they are, right? So if you notice on a lot of the car building videos or body painting videos on YouTube, as an example, and they're using Tamiya paints, you're not going to see a Rust-Oleum technique where you're like,
Yeah.
Tamiya paints are.
If you do like me and you heat the can up before you spray out of it, it gets even worse.
Yeah. So, well, all right. So, what Jeff is alluding to, Mr. Bodine, or is it Bodine or Bodine?
Bodine, Jeffro
All right, so Mr.
Bodine.
Bodine. So
It's
Mr.
on my
Bodine.
it's on
Because we're
my
rivals right now. We're
birth
rivals
certificate.
until I make this hot rod. But anyway, so so on this card, just as an example, since I was showing it, and you guys seem to react pretty well to it. So this is a paint from the store Michaels. They have their own house brand called Power Shot or Color Shot. That's what it's called, Color Shot. I'm telling you, I mentioned this to high-end modelers, man. The guys I hang out with build models, man. They build models like from McLaren official. All right, so these guys are not playing a game. But I introduced them to this Michaels brand spray paint, and it is like, it's beautiful. It sprays like it comes out like a pom-pom. It's impossible to run. And so with that, they had this really interesting pink called Almost Legal. It's weird. I don't know. I didn't name it, but I think that's what it's called. But the point
This is a
is
PG
that
show.
no, I'm just saying, it's got a name to it. All their stuff is catchy, let's just say. So,
Yeah.
but it sprays on so nice that I just went ham with it, and I really got it to its gloss coat. And it leads me to something with an old timer. It's always an old timer telling you something. Today's no exception. But he's like, "Look, son, is it shiny?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Then I ain't clearing it." I'm like, "Okay, fine." I said, "Well, what about the protections and this, that, and the other?" It's like, look, this is a display model. Like, they're not going to handle it first. So there's just a whole bunch of things. Now, look, I get it. There's a process. There is a religion over painting bodies. I'm talking, scribing lines, scuffing the body, wet sanding it, putting on your little mist coat, wet sanding that, block sanding it. Look, you could spend 20 hours on a body and only be halfway done with the prep work. I get that. Okay. I have done it. All right. But I'm past all that. I'm going to shoot this thing with 3 colors of paint. The first color landed nice. The second color was white. All right. That also came pretty good. I was actually going to do the trunk, but I don't know. I got a little lazy. I just wanted to be a little monochromatic about it because it has a really interesting, like, little grill area here in the back that's molded in. So I used like some thin silver dry brush and a little bit of that black wash. Right. So, but that's really the play. As I said, I'm a mortician, right? So all paint is like makeup. I mean, they got all sorts of makeup. They got makeup that once you put it on, man, like henna, that's staying on you for a month, homie. All right. I ain't down like that. If I'm wearing makeup, if ever, it's coming off that night. All right. Once the gig is up, what I'm saying? So anyway, so there's all sorts of stuff to put on your bodies, right? So I'm into like nail art and so forth. That's where I get a lot of my ideas from because, again, a nail artist is seeing a million hands and they're not all pretty, but I swear to you, they're pretty when they leave there. It's
So
magic.
this is something that's come up in the group in
so anyway,
conversation the last couple of days,
we'll
and I did
talk
want to
more
touch on this. Now, Chris Lewis, you're the first person I heard this from, and the minute I heard you say it, I slipped out to my local Dollar General, less than $4, and I hate that I haven't found this months ago. Like, dude, I have messed up so many bodies trying to super glue windows in and slip in, and dude, this is like, I can't believe more people don't know about this. This is insanely cool. It's
How
almost
fast does it
impossible to
dry?
screw up headlights and windows, and I just want to
Water-based,
thank
so
you.
you could just wipe it off.
Yeah.
How fast does it dry?
Oh, it's not quick drying. It's not like rapid. It takes a good hour.
Yeah, but
before
it's
you-
tacky gooey. Like, even you could
Oh, yeah.
probably pop the window out after the fact. It's not going to be easy, but you could probably pop the window out of this glue if you pushed hard enough, and it wouldn't break anything. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's
a
only water-based, Dwight. So the thing is,
Yeah. So you
once it
could
goes,
affix a body kit to that?
I only use it on my lenses and my windows.
yeah, lenses and windows is all I would do for it too.
And it's like Jeff said, it's great because, man, I've had it loads of times. I'll back end something and the back window comes flying out.
Yeah,
And where's it come out and you had it super glued in? Yeah.
oh,
You've
so
got half the
frustrating.
black
Yeah,
edge
it's-
on the window, you got half the black edge still on the car. You can't get it back on properly because it won't sit in. With that stuff, it pops out. You get a damp cloth, wipe round the inside of the car again, wipe round the perimeter of the window
Yeah.
with a warm damp cloth, let it
Yeah.
dry, put a full bead round the outside of the window, push that baby in, get your damp cloth, wipe it round the window, and boom.
It's like it never
use it
happened.
sat there.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll leave it for an hour, mate. It's not it's one of them glues that it works great, but it ain't gonna be quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm really
every window
partial
in
to
this
that,
has been done with it.
to the B7000. That B7000 glue is what I like to use. It's an interesting bottle. If y'all don't have one, it has like a little metal applicator tip that's attached to the bottle, and the cap has a like a male-female arrangement to where it clears out the tube every time.
Revel glue comes with that when you buy the
Yeah,
Revel glue.
but this stuff, I'm telling you, well, it's jewelers use it to mount pave diamonds. So it's just hella tenacious, and on top of that, similar to some of these glues you're finding in like current packagings, like you could pull it and it just does not break from itself.
That's a similar
It
product.
like will pull itself, so like if you had a small section, you could pull it, it will just pull the entire thing out. It's so strong to itself. I just can't say enough good things about it. It does set up actually rather quickly. I mean, to a degree, it's like rubber cement. So as soon as it comes to, kick or vapor off, but I just do a lot of body work. And the reason I'm mentioning these glues, and I think that they're important, is, those body kits, they're expensive. I mean, I, I have a lot of respect for people who get fully operational, fully set up running fleets and so forth. But the practicalities of it is, to me, I like the chassis. I approach it from a design aspect. I just like collecting these different designs. I love building the bodies, but back to the point, after I'm done with this, I'm going to dunk this whole body into this future floor polish type of product. It's devastatingly good. The results will speak for themselves. And the next Deacon sermon session, Sunday sermon, I'm going to show bodies, and we'll have a vote on which body is 4K clear and which body has just been dipped.
I'll tell you what the deacon would like. I'd like you to set it up so you dip that body next Sunday in front of us and show us the process.
There you go.
Honestly,
challenge,
hey,
Mr. Kühl.
Hey, listen, hold on. Wait a second. We got about 5 minutes for this, right?
Yeah, bro.
All right. I'm going to show you how it's done in less than 5 minutes. Are you ready?
No, do it live on the show so people can
No,
see
I could do it right now. But I'll tell you what, I'll be more prepared. We'll get someone ready to go, but I'm going to blow your mind in 5 minutes.
Well, that's it. Get a couple of cars ready to dip, yeah? Then basically you could dip them. By the end of the show, you can show us them, yeah? And
I'm going to dip this car. I'll dip this car. I'll do some project. I'll do some work on this car and get it ready to go, because it's pretty much ready to go. And I mean, look how bad this thing looks, man. This thing is going to be a baddie, bro. This thing.
Oh, yeah. I
like
the wheels.
That was the plan. That was the plan for this car. Oddly enough, I actually have the Ford version of what you're talking. It's like a dirt track car with the fenders all wide and stuff.
Yeah.
Before this actually made itself, everybody's giving me credit for this. This thing built itself. I was just along for the ride.
Yeah, this thing is, and I don't have to worry about wheel arches. I don't have to worry about nothing.
Those models are cool, and they've got a long wheelbase. They're really cool models.
Yeah. This thing is gonna be sick, Goldie. No, but even the MJ chassis, I think, fit in this bad boy. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Look, we're having a good time. I really had a good time on this, Chris. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak in public. Thank you, my parole officer.
I'll let him off the leash for an hour, people.
He's done good today. He's done super good today.
So,
hey,
anyway,
we've got some people. We've got some people that are excited to see this, man. I've had some people reach out to me in DM and stuff. It's humbling, man. Everybody that's in this group, Tronic, Lewis, Dwight, man, like I don't know. They see something in us that are, I see it in y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm interested in what y'all got going on. Y'all are definitely heavy hitters when it comes to this hobby. And dude, y'all have nothing but great information to share, great parts to share. Tronic, like man, you never cease to amaze me, bro. Like you're a freaking master, bro. Like seriously, everything that you put up, I'm like, man, look at that. He's done it again, you know. But dude, we've got killer bills, dude. Like I mean, like Slideways RC is always coming out with some killer stuff, dude.
Ryan Blackwell.
Yeah, Ryan Blackwell killing it all the time. Like man, it's just
Mikos.
it's a cool time to be in the hobby. That's for sure.
Kenny Cox. Yeah, there's so many creators and so many manufacturers. They're all linked in. Next Racing, Furatech. You know, they're not sleeping on this. I could just assure you that. Again, there's always going to be a good deal. There's always going to be some help going on in SSD. Whatever you're short, whatever you need, just put it out there. We're not psychic. Maybe someone is having a great day and you just never know. All right. Participate in our events. These will keep gassing you up, so to say. So appreciate you all. You know, for
and now if we are at that point already, I have to say for you Americans, my gears are now available at RC Supremacy. I made 10 sets of the universal gears for him, and he already received them at Christmas, one day before Christmas.
Nice.
Fantastic. That's
In
good
his
for us over here in the States because that's like 4 days shipping. Just putting that out there.
But yeah, so these gears are now easy available in the States. More easy.
That's
Can't,
from RC
can't go
Supremacy,
wrong
yeah.
with them. That's for sure, dude. It's probably one of the best feeling gears I've ever had in my hands, dude. They're heavy. They've got a good weight to them, man. They're just
They're very
solid.
durable.
I
They're
can't say
quiet.
enough good things about them, Tronic, bro. You've
They're
killed it
smooth.
with the
They're
gears.
quiet. They're durable. They actually work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do different you can do different colors. Like man, yeah, dude. Like
They fit so many different cars. In fact, who was the gentleman that was Rich Howes who made that database? Also check the pin posts and stuff. We have the wheelbase database going on in there, but I need to figure out which gears, which chassis those gear sets from Chris Tronics will work. You know, those helical gears, because they do fit quite a few applications. So, you know,
They fit 99% of chassis, I'll say. Well, I'd say 80%.
No,
60 to 75%.
So I it's easier to say. I know doesn't work on Atomic.
yeah.
Well, you better get to work on that.
Yeah, it would need different gears because they use very small gears originally, and I don't have such small gears now.
I see.
And
What gets me
it
is
would be
when you made the
easier to
drift
make,
art.
though. It would be easier to make because they use a floating spur gear, if you're familiar. You know? I like the floating gear personally, but I don't know if a helical gear will be good for that application, because I was describing to someone that the gear mesh will change if you have a lot of side end-to-end play, because the helical gears will walk on each other.
Yeah.
And that will make them tighter or looser depending on the side load,
Yeah, the drift art gears that he made is something that is mind blowing to me. Like for the transmission, like I mean, I'm sure the pinion and spur setup will probably fit 90%, but like as far as like transmission gears and stuff,
Is that what I got? The ones for the drift art?
Yeah.
Okay, I got to mount those up. Is there an instructional video or something? But I'm pretty sure it's straightforward. But just in case people are curious and they want to get this stuff, like, is there a place, YouTube video or something?
It's exactly like you mount the original parts. They just replace. You have the metal ring with the tooths for the V belt. You just take that my gear in, and you got two different versions of the idler gear. One is like the pulley; it slips on the axle. The other sandwich gear, like the summer edition has it, with the two aluminum holders, and in the middle is again
supported. Yeah.
So yeah, it definitely works the same like the original. But I just have to mention that these gears are made for the Drift 2.5, 2.6. can also work in the 3S, but 3S has a gearbox where you can adjust the
Mesh.
of the
RBG, the rolling
Transmission.
gearbox.
The transmission mesh.
belt. You can adjust the tension of the belt. Yeah. And that means if you change the belt to gears, you can adjust the mesh. And if you mesh them not loose enough, they can break very quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I with two people who are not really troubled because it's soft already. But there
But you stand behind your product, so that's nothing to worry about. There's other people that we may not mention, but you got to stand behind your products if you're going to be dealing business on SSD. Friends, new people, it doesn't matter. Something
Yeah,
goes
but like
wrong.
if I'm being honest though, like I have a hard time cashing in on that if it's something that I've made the mistake on. Like if I set the gear mesh too tight, like I have a hard time asking for a refund when I know I made the mistake. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't the
No,
gears, it was
certainly,
my
but
in yeah.
I guess it's the whole scheme of
was
like, I guess you have to just like cut it as you see it. But
my,
at
my
the end of the
problem.
day, if you're let's just put it this way, if you're a manufacturer who's like actively putting out products, don't matter if you're a major manufacturer, and the other types, it's you got to be able to. If the community is sniffing something and it's kind of going that way, look, you got to make your own plays at the end of the day. But look at your business model. Look at your public image. Look at what kind of damage you may or may not be doing. It's in some cases it's just the cost of doing business. No
Yeah,
one's That's no one's scam. It's
I,
like getting an extra chassis. It's like,
I
whoa, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Pay off student loan?
I feel I'm in charge because I wasn't aware of the adjustable gearbox of the DR3S. And so I couldn't tell them, hey,
Give me 1 second.
yeah, of the right mesh. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't know it is adjustable. Yeah. So the mistake was 100% on their side.
Yeah.
Uh, because I didn't give them right instructions. Yeah, if I of these adjustable gear,
Right.
I would get right instructions, and that's I feel bad, or like I'm in charge for this. Yeah.
We've got a bad connection on you right now. It's kind of breaking in and out a little bit. Ugh.
Oh,
Well, fellas, I tell you, it's been a good Sunday sermon. We're gonna wrap this
Yeah,
thing up and
the
do
first.
do another one.
Yeah,
yeah.
next Sunday, I guess. Man, I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know. We can adjust the time a little bit if you like. I'm just saying it's
I got you. I just don't want. I just I don't know how much these people want to see our smiling faces. They
no,
might
no.
want to
I'm
see a
saying
lot of
like
it.
the time when we start. 7 a.m. is like, I don't know.
I feel it's kind of good for me though in the situation
Okay.
I'm in. I was talking to Chris about that. You know, normally I might not have. Today I've got a day where that lady's helping wash my grandmother. So I take care of my grandmother for those who don't know. And I usually try to be at her house around 10. So early in the morning is not necessarily terrible for me because I have a decent Wi-Fi connection here. But yeah,
Mm.
man, that's obviously going to change as time goes on because nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, man. No problems. But at the end
So
of the day, while we're doing it like this, we can do this anytime during the day and still post it up for the Sunday at
absolutely.
7 o'clock.
Absolutely. I've
You
had
know?
some good conversations with y'all recently, while I
Uh,
was there, which is something I have not been able to do in the past. So hopefully Verizon Wireless is rectifying the problem in my little podunk hometown of Andrews, North Carolina.
let's
DRZ
out
V2.
after the
Ali.
recording.
Do what now,
What?
boy? Say it again.
Let's talk about this after the recording.
Yeah, right. Right. I got you. All right,
All
guys.
right, bro.
All right,
Well,
guys.
I'll
yeah,
see you on
that
the
was
next
ours
one.
for today. Take care, people. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your drifting.
Yes,
See y'all.
yes, sir. All right.